What's up, you guys? I'm Dan, this is Frugal Not Cheap, and today we'll review the Fizz card. If you've watched Caleb Hammer's show on YouTube, you may have heard of this Fizz card. He was partnered with them. There still is a portion on their webpage that has kind of like a promo code for Caleb Hammer on there, but I don't know if he's still actively promoting them. It sounds like he may have taken a step back on that one recently. In any case, it was a card that he was offering to his guests as kind of a way to build up your credit without taking on any debt. It sounded like an okay idea, but I didn't really dig into it any more than that. That is, until now. So I looked up this card, and interestingly, it is marketed towards students, which, I guess that makes sense given that students would be very likely to be wanting to start to build up their credit history. But at the same time, I remember being enticed to open up a credit card just to get like a free t-shirt or a mug or something like that. Maybe lending standards have changed. Maybe that's not the case anymore on college campuses, but that's the way it was when I was there. So how they market it and the way that Caleb Hammer was talking about it is that it's a credit card that works like a debit card because whatever you bought gets paid off the same day. And while he never actually said this, the implication that I got from watching his episodes was that this was a free service. So I didn't think about it too much, but again, I guess if I'd taken the time to think more about it, I would have assumed that they make money off of selling the data or taking a cut of the transaction fees somewhere or something like that. So that all sounds pretty good. And on top of that, it also says that you can earn rewards on spend. All right, so it sounds pretty good. Let's check it out. Weirdly, I went to the website to go to sign up, and there was no way to sign up on the website at all. Instead, it just had a link to the app on the App Store. For me, it's Android, so I hopped onto the Android App Store and downloaded the app. It is rated quite highly, by the way, 4.6 stars out of 5. I signed up on the app, and then the next thing it did was it asked me to connect my checking or savings account, and Fizz uses Plaid in order to do that. I do have to say I always find it annoying that Plaid kind of asks you if you want to save that account with Plaid or if you want to go as a guest. And then I have saved it in the past, but then every time that I go to link an account, it doesn't remember it anyway. So I just go as a guest now, and I find the whole thing pretty annoying. So here's where things started to turn south quite a bit. So I've gone through the effort of going to their website, checking it out, downloading the app, signing up, linking my account, verifying my email. And only now do I see that actually to enjoy all the benefits, I've got to pay $10 a month or about $120 a year. So to be specific, actually that's $119.99 a year if it's billed annually. And that's important because I clicked no thank you. And the next thing it did was to offer me a discount of Fizz on us. What was the discount? Well, it's still $10 a month or $29.99 quarterly. So that comes out to $119.96 as compared to the $119.99. So we're saving 3 cents. Woohoo! Of course, I declined. Having done that, the first thing that it suggested as it kind of was populating the dashboard or whatever was to suggest that we check my credit score. It then asked me to verify my identity a little bit further to be able to pull up the score, so I entered my address and my social security number, and then it did pull up that score. But directly after seeing my score, they tried to upsell me again. This was encouraging me to get the debit card. I declined that and immediately was presented with the thing that said I achieved a new milestone, but in order to sort of claim that milestone that I needed to become a member, which, if you guessed it, is that $10 a month. And then I noticed that without being a member, pretty much all the information about my credit report or whatever was all locked. All right, so not so much on the credit side. So how about on the spending side? So I went over there and it's not showing any of my spending at all. Then I went to set a budget and you guessed it, in order to do that, you have to be a member. So at least in my experience, the app is pretty much useless unless you pay, and I'm not about to do that. Why not? Well, let's do the math on that. So you can get 3% cash back on a category of your choice. It was actually not possible for me to find a comprehensive list of what all these categories were, but I did find a Reddit post where someone said that they set it to groceries, and then I would assume you could do things like restaurants. That's my highest non-rent spend category typically. Last year I went kind of nuts spending on travel, but generally it's restaurants, so let's look at that. I spent $3,155 on restaurants last year, so at 3%, that would be $94.65 in rewards. But remember, I do have to still pay the $119.96 getting their discount. So we still have a net annual cost of $25.31. Now you can also get cash back on particular merchants that change all the time. And these are generally merchants that would be around the college campus, like Einstein Bagels and that kind of thing. So I suppose if you were really paying attention in the app, that you would be able to get to break even or maybe even beyond that. But at the same time, it's sort of encouraging you to spend at those merchants, which of course is the purpose of their partnership. So I can't say that I think this card makes any sense from a financial perspective, especially when you consider that you can get secured credit cards to help build your credit that don't have any annual fees. And as long as you pay those off all the time, you can even set that to autopay, then you're good to go. Speaking of the autopay thing, that benefit of the Fizz card, I thought it was going to be mandatory, that it pays off your balance every day. It turns out though that that's actually optional. So it would be possible to still rack up debt, it seems. And that doesn't seem so good to me. So I would rather go the secured credit card route, learn to manage my money using other free apps, maybe like NerdWallet, or pay a little bit to get Rocket Money, or use Rocket Money free. I don't know, whatever. There's also Empower Personal Capital. I like that one, especially later on down the financial journey. But anyway, there are totally free ways to achieve all of this stuff and also build up good habits. And so, yeah, I just don't think this card makes sense. So in the end, I think this Fizz card, well, it falls flat for me. What do you think about this card? Let us know in the comments below. Hope you found today's video helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.